What's up, keepers, and welcome back to ARS Goalkeeping. I'm Alberto, and today we're going to be taking a look at some glove hacks that we can do to make our gloves grip last longer and make sure their durability lasts for the full season and maybe even more. So we're going to have some types of gloves that are going to be like our Adidas URG 1.0s. No matter what you do, gloves are going to end up ripping and tearing up. They're going to get dirty. That's just what is going to end up happening when it comes down to goalkeeping, when it ends up working on grass fields, especially grass fields. You're going to get a lot of dirt. It's going to turn this white latex into a nice brown color. So when we get our first new pair of gloves, something like a keeper like these, you're going to notice that these gloves come in and they will come, most of the time, if it's high quality latex, they're going to come with some type of plastic over the palm. They're going to come like this, yeah? Now, this isn't just something to show that the gloves are brand new, but it's actually also made to protect the latex. Because when the gloves are in shipping and when they're in factories, they actually end up getting very dirty, or they're in dirty areas. So to make sure that the latex, which is super grippy and sticky at that time, doesn't pick up any dust, any dirt, any type of nastiness that you can get inside of those factories, they make sure to tape this up, or they make sure to put some plastic over it. So our first step is to do this, is to remove the plastic. Once you remove the plastic, our next and first goalkeeper glove hack is to give the glove a pre-wash. A pre-wash doesn't mean that you have to take it down with some glove washing soap or anything like that. You just need to make sure, just as we were talking before, that the latex material, that all of those chemicals that come from the factory get washed off completely. So I take just a simple glove, I take the plastic off, just right here, and then I put some water on it. And I give it some easy water across the palm, and you wipe it off, yeah? You can do it with your hands, you can do it with a towel, you can do it with a microfiber cloth. All it does is make sure that we're getting that initial latex clean and getting that chemical off of it. So when you're goalkeeping and when you're working with catching the ball, you'll notice this isn't the time when the ball actually rips up the gloves. The gloves don't get ripped up when you're catching the ball. They actually get ripped up on the dive and when you're throwing the ball back. That type of roll is actually creating that friction here. So you send here, yep. So one of the most important things when you're diving and when you want to get that goalkeeper glove hack is actually hitting the ground. When you dive for the ground, you don't want this palm to actually hit up against here. What you want is send it, the palm to hit actually here. Yeah. Why? Hands up here, one hand on the ball, one hand here, yes? Sliding the hand like this. You don't want to put your hand on the ground. Handing on the ground will end up ripping up the gloves. You don't want to rip up these gloves by pushing off the ground either, right? So there are two things, right? Dive, hands out, body shape out, hands facing to the sky. When we go to get up, when we're going to get up, there's two ways, yeah? We can either no hands, come up, boom, save the palms, or we can, with our thumbs, with our palms here, push down and push up. Again, protecting the palms here. We don't want to make our palms have any more friction than we need. You know, if we continue to rub it up against the ground, if we're tying our shoes, anything like that, this latex is going to rip and tear. So we want to make sure that we're protecting the latex as much as possible. Anything like this, just like that, you already see. You got all of this dirt building up. And now I'm gonna have to wash this off. So it's either here or here. Yeah. So no matter what you're gonna end up doing, you're gonna have to clean your gloves. And that's probably one of the biggest glove hacks that you can get. Because when the latex builds up this dirt and all of this other stuff, this stuff gets stuck in there. And when you continue to use the gloves and you don't clean them, that dirt actually stays there. It makes the grip leave, and it actually makes the tears happen much faster. So we need to make sure that once every 2 weeks to 1 week, especially if you train a lot, that you're cleaning your gloves and you're giving it a good clean. Now, it isn't necessary to go out and get something like a glove glue, like one of these, that goes out and refreshes everything and kind of makes the glove stickier and everything. I personally don't use them. I don't think that you have to use them if you want to make sure your gloves are clean and make sure that you want to make them last longer. What I normally do is I just use a nice bucket of water. It's a nice bucket of warm water, and you just throw the gloves inside there. You let the gloves start getting in there. You can get in there. You can see it's very simple. You put it in here, you start letting the water do its job. So we're gonna throw all our gloves inside here. We're gonna give them a little bit of a squeeze, and you'll start seeing the water is gonna start turning a different color. And this is, as I was saying, it is your most important, this is your #1 most important glove hack. That is cleaning your gloves. Cleaning the gloves will make your gloves last from 1 month to 5 months more. It is insane what you can do to make your gloves last, especially if you're a keeper that uses a lot of grass fields, a lot of mud getting inside there. If you're not taking care of your gloves, if you're not washing your gloves on top of not having proper technique, on top of not pre-washing them, then you're just setting yourself up to making yourself buy many more pairs of gloves. So let's go through this, and then we can do it. Now you can see with a little bit of work, you can see that we're starting to look a little bit better. But I don't have the time to be cleaning all of these gloves, so we're gonna go on to our next step. One of our next steps when it comes to washing is then proper taking care of cleaning and then storage. Storage is extremely important for goalkeeper gloves. You can't just have your goalkeeper gloves laying around the house or inside the car or anywhere where the heat can make the latex dry out, or you can end up getting them torn or getting them dirty just in the wrong areas. So one of the first things you do once you finish washing these gloves is you get them inside of a towel, like right here. You wrap them up and you keep them in a normal area, a nice temperature, kind of medium area. You don't want a place that's too hot, you don't want a place that's too cold, and you don't want to keep it in an area where it's damp. We do not want any type of mushrooms or any type of mold building up inside of our gloves. It's gonna make us sick. So make sure that you're drying these out by either putting them in a towel. You can put them in a towel like this, you can wrap them up, make them nice and tight, or you can put them on a dryer and hang them up and let them hang or drip dry from a drying rack or from a hanger is actually what I meant to say. So these are the main ways that you're going to do this after you finish glove washing. You need to make sure that the gloves are in an area that's safe, in an area that's not too dark, in an area that's making sure that it's going to help your gloves dry out without getting too damp and building up that mold. Here. And finally, we're gonna look at the last thing, or our last goalkeeper glove tip, and that's proper storage. Even when it comes to washing the gloves, you leave it inside of a towel, but when it comes to taking it out to the field and that everyday type of storage, I normally use what we like to call a goalkeeper glove wallet or a glove bag. I have these two Ullsport glove wallets. They are my favorite things to do when it comes to carrying any type of goalkeeper glove bag, because you got a zipper here, you can separate it from everything else. Let's say I like to travel with a lot of tripods, a lot of cameras and stuff, and if I leave that open with my gloves right next to it, the cameras will end up ripping up my latex. So the best thing that I can do is throw all my important gloves into a glove wallet like this. So I come in, you throw it, these are all my important gloves that I don't want ripping up anymore. You throw it in here, you make it fit, and boom, you got yourself a nice little glove wallet with all of your stuff. So then you can throw this inside of your backpack, you can throw this inside of your gym bag, and you don't have to worry about anything inside of your bag, maybe a pen, maybe any open stud ripping up or tearing up your latex, which is another huge opportunity to make sure your gloves last a full season, if not more, with this goalkeeper glove hack. What's up, keepers? I forgot what I was saying. I love gloves! Yeah! 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 Gloves, gloves. I love them. They hurt though. They hurt in my face. Alright, gloves.
The sun comes out now.